We're preparing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coaches with Coffee. Julie, it's Wednesday. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Guess where I am today? I am in Lincoln,
Um,
California. Woo!
Lincoln,
And
the best metropolis.
the sunshine every day thing. I don't know about that anymore. It seems kind of weird. See the sun every single day like this.
I do have to laugh because my family still lives in the Pacific Northwest, where you now live,
Yeah.
and the first topic is always the weather. And I was like, you don't have to live there, right? I escaped. You can leave.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, yeah, but we
Yeah.
are actually having some rain, which feels because I'm from the Northwest, I feel homey and like it's still novel. So yeah, thank you, rain. But anyway, before we talk about the weather, I did want to say one more thing. I was listening to a cycling podcast yesterday, and they noted that cyclists talk about the weather more than anybody else they know. And I was like, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It is our life.
I know. I thought it was great.
That's
Well, for
cool.
today, y'all, everybody chiming in, go ahead and hit us in the comments if you've got a question or if you could just drop an emoji to say hey. But we're talking today about like what it's like to work with us and like what is coaching? Because I had a few people just not even really understand what it is you actually do. So, one of my favorite stories before I'm going to ask Julie a bunch of questions, just so you know. But my favorite story to introduce is I was on a call a long time ago, like many years ago, and the person in the end of the call was just like, "I just want someone to tell me what to do every single day," and I was like, "That's literally what I do. I literally put out in your schedule for you to just do the thing," and they were like, "But why should I pay you for that?" And I was like, "You can buy a program, and then you're not paying a person, you know, but." Anyway, we're going to go into the do's and the not the do's and don'ts, but the ins and the outs of coaching. But I think in a nutshell, for me, coaching is I'm trusting somebody who's kind of been through that process and can lead me through where I want to go to get to my goal, whatever that goal is. So that is the big and the little of it. But Julie, I wanted to talk about us and what it's like to work with Julie, with Coach Marissa, and we're going to start at the beginning. I love that. So
Yeah.
Julie, with coaching, like what's the first step? How do I start?
Once we have our clients basically fill out an application just so that we can get a background information on them, what their goal is, what they're doing, what style of writing that they're doing, what their goals are. And then we have an interview with them. And if they join us, then we sit down with them and we talk about their life. Like, how can we fit your training into your life so your life doesn't become full-time training? Because it's
Yeah.
really important as, masters athletes, we have jobs, we have family. We want to make sure that our program will fit in so that you do it and you succeed at it. So
Yeah.
it's great. Like, we sit down and we go through vacation schedules, work travel. We talk about what happens when you get sick or
Yeah.
you can't do your workouts.
But
And it's a
in a word, it's flexible, right? Like
Yeah,
we need to back it
absolutely.
into your. And one thing I wanted to say too was even before, once we're meeting with you on a call, like I want to hear what's your goal? Like why are we here? Why are we talking today? And
Yep,
I think that's really important for people to know is coaching works when you have a goal and
absolutely.
then when you're willing to follow a program. So those are the two biggest foretelling pieces of information that we gather with you and can predict the best outcome for you. So if you've never followed a program before, and I'm talking like a gym program, personal training, you've been in a school program, like you know what it means to follow a program and you have a defined goal with a time and a place and a date, like those things are really important for your success.
Yep.
So I just wanted to throw that out there because I hear a lot of people are like, oh, I just want to get faster at climbing and I want to lose weight. But what does that actually mean? Are you doing it for a purpose? Right. And I don't want to be snide about that, but I think that as humans, we need to have a specific like time on the calendar, something circled that we're working towards. Because otherwise, we just like a goal is a wish without a deadline, right? You can just shoot that wish all the way down to next year in 5 years, right? So we don't want to work with wishes. We work with goals. Yeah.
On that note,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about a client who races cyclocross and is actually currently racing. And when she
Yay.
came to us, she had the goal of winning this series of races. It's a,
Mhm.
series of races. There's, I think, about 5 or 6 in the series. She
Yep.
wanted to win the series in her allotment, her group that she races.
Okay.
So that was
Yeah.
her starting goal. So that was what we were working on. That was
Yeah.
our intent in her training was to get her across that finish line. It's a big goal, right? That's a big hairy beast right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we figured out in our first meeting together when we set
Love
up
that.
the training calendar and decided, what's our first step at achieving this goal,
Hmm.
which was an interesting first step. That's not a typical first step in training programs, but for this particular athlete, it was our first step.
Right.
And I'll just go into it. The first step was to go out and get better at cyclocross specific skills. There's
Yeah.
there's a skill set that you only use in this style of racing. And she felt like it was holding her back. Easy peasy, get out there, go to a clinic,
Yeah.
go get some help. And she did that. She went out and got some help, and it was the perfect timing. She had raced, she had struggled with those, so her body kind of knew what to do. And then she got proper education, and her muscle memory just went boing, got this. So it was a perfect timing for her to take a clinic. So that was part of achieving that big goal was,
Love that.
break it down into little achievable goals to get her there. And that was the first one we did.
So did she have any hurdles or setbacks?
There were definite hurdles and setbacks. There always is. People get sick, people travel. She was fun in that and this is typical too, I think you'll agree with me, Marissa. She was used to doing long endurance style riding. She raced mountain bike, she did gravel races. She wanted to go out and do long days in the saddle. And with this particular training program, it's not about long days in the saddle. It's about
Yeah.
short, high intensity workouts.
And hold on for a second there, Julie. So what she was doing was the older traditional mentality of longer, harder,
Yeah,
stronger, faster with the people all
yeah,
the time, all the time, all the time. Totally. That's how we're supposed to
yeah.
train, right?
And so this is
And so
our
that was how were
challenge.
we yeah, how were
Yeah.
we different? What did you do?
So this was our challenge was that she, like a lot of athletes, when they come into a training program, she felt like she wasn't getting enough saddle time. And, there has to be a re-education as to why long days in the saddle on the weekend are short-changing your ability to go fast when you race. So there's always a bit of an educational process.
Yeah.
And then it was really fun for me as a coach. My hurdle was every so often she'd sneak out and do a really long ride anyway, and that's part of coaching, right? And it was like, okay, you have the the energy to go out and do well and hit the podium. This client was hitting the podium most every race,
Yeah.
and still had that energy to carry through and go hard on the weekend. Hallelujah, go for it. Just don't do it every weekend at all.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
those are our challenges as the coaches when we work with
Yeah.
athletes is to set the framework and educate them as to why they should stay in that framework and do the work within the
Yes.
program. And
Yeah.
that's a challenge, as you know, too, because people are like, ah, I feel great, I want to go go go. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And so then after hitting the podium, well, did your client end up meeting her goal?
This client was fabulous. She was very open and digested her program well. Like she was about
Right.
it. And, every
Yeah.
once in a while would slip off. But she hit the podium every single race but one.
Hmm.
And it was a doubleheader weekend. She had a race on Saturday, race on Sunday. She kept crashing at the very technical race on Saturday. And then on
Mm.
Sunday, she was funny. Her body was banged up and,
Yeah.
and she's like, yeah, I didn't have a good race. I'm like, well, yeah, you're banged up.
Yeah.
Um, so yes,
I love that.
she has hit her goal and then some.
And then
You know, it,
some.
it's a points system to
Yeah.
win a series. She's 99 points ahead of
Second place.
second place. And
Yeah.
there's only one race left
I love
left.
that.
And I'm really stoked because I'm in the Bay Area and I will be able to go heckle her
Oh,
like nobody's
good.
business.
I love that. I love that.
Yes. Yes.
And
I'll
I
see
heard
her
it
this
might rain
weekend.
this weekend, so there might be
Yeah.
some mud.
Yeah, it'll be really fun to heckle her and also cheer her on. But in true
Love it.
cyclocross fashion, it's a nice
Yes.
combination of the two.
Yes. Well,
So
huge congratulations to
yeah.
you coaching her and huge congratulations to her. So
Yep.
excited. But
Yep.
if anyone out there has questions about what it's like to get started with coaching, we're still enrolling. We've got, I think we said 6 places still. So time is now, like we've been talking the last 3 or 4 weeks about coaches with coffee, but now is the preseason for your
Yep.
road, your mountain bike, your gravel, your bike packing. So there are gravel events starting as soon as January if you're in Southern California, or the big ones are March, April for kind of the Midwest. So it is time right now. So if you were curious, go ahead and reach out. You can apply at the link below. Go through the same application. You get a free call with us just to see and feel it out.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about how we can work together. I am
Yeah.
thrilled to add you guys. I'd love to add anyone else, your name to that same success story that we just listened to. That's it. So I did want to point out we still have 30% off in our brand new store, the actioncoachingcollective.com. And you can hit that link below too. So our Black Friday sale goes all the way through tomorrow at midnight Pacific time. So yeah, we are still up and selling out with workshops. So if you need help with your fueling, if you're not sure why your training isn't working the way it should be, we've got training plans for you. So there's a nice catalog of events in there. You could even purchase one-on-one time with us if you want. So we are here for you. Yeah, I'm excited. 30% off through tomorrow afternoon, and then that's it. So
Yep.
hey, anyone else? I don't have any other last thoughts. Do you want to,
I do.
any last thought you're talking about, Julie? Yeah.
My last thought is there is nothing more rewarding than seeing peri and postmenopausal women kicking ass on their bikes. Honestly,
Hell yeah.
it
Yeah.
can be absolutely life changing. I think a lot of people in my generation, I'm 64, we
Mhm.
weren't raised with the thought process that women are athletes. We just weren't.
Mhm.
When I was in high school, they finally started to see there was a change because of Title IX. But to see women in their 60s and 70s, their 50s, 60s, and 70s, and forward going out there and kicking butt and being a part of that
Yeah.
is so inspiring for us as well. Like I look at our clients and I'm just like, God, I want to be as much of a badass as you are.
Yeah.
That part's really just so good. So please sign up because we love to do this. It's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of fun.
Absolutely. I
We
love
totally
that.
love it.
I love Julie,
Yeah.
you hit the nail on the head for sure. I'm every
Yeah,
day
absolutely.
inspired by my athletes. They're
Absolutely.
doing amazing things that I would never even think about doing. So I
Yeah,
love it. It
me
inspires
too.
me. Yeah, I always say I'm going to be riding until I want the option to be riding until I'm 99. So
Yes. Yes. Hell yes.
I know. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
All
Happy
right.
Wednesday. And we'll check in with you guys next week.
All right. And if you guys are in the San Francisco Bay Area, out to Nevada, Stafford Lake, come heckle my client with me. It'd be so
Yeah.
fun. We'll see you
Yeah.
guys out there.
Awesome.
All
Okay.
right, you guys.
Bye.
Adios. Bye.